A white police officer in South Carolina is charged with murder after this disturbing video surfaced showing him shooting and killing an unarmed black man. 50-year-old Walter Scott falls to the ground after Officer Michael Slager fires his gun 8 times as Scott ran away. The video, filmed by a bystander and released by attorneys representing Scott's family, shows the officer then walking towards Scott's body. It shows the end of a confrontation after Scott, who had a warrant out for his arrest, ran from a traffic stop. Officer Slager has said through his attorney that Scott had wrestled away his taser during the confrontation and that he felt threatened when he fired. After Scott lies on the ground, Slager is seen handcuffing him. He and another officer are seen walking around the scene and at times leaning over the body. The initial police report said the officers tried to give Scott CPR, but at least in the video, that doesn't happen. North Charleston Mayor Keith Summey said the murder charge came as a result of the video and, quote, bad decision Officer Slager made.
When you're wrong, you're wrong. And if you make a bad decision, don't care if you're behind the shield or just a citizen on the street, you have to live by that decision.
The attorney for Scott's family calls the anonymous person who shot the video a hero. The victim's brother, Anthony Scott, said the family was pleased that the truth was coming out as a result of the video's release.
I don't think that all police officers are bad cops, but there are some bad ones out there. And I don't want to see anyone get shot down the way that my brother got shot down.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, and let me turn that off. Man, that's sad. And you know what really got me? I was watching the coverage yesterday, and the guy who shot the video, did you see him? He was from Dominican. No. Oh. He made a powerful impact because, he thought about deleting the video. He was scared of the police. So when the reporter was asking him, like, why are you thinking about deleting the video? He was like, I was scared. I was in fear. I didn't know what could happen. I didn't know if they would come after me or.
Well, the only person who was jailed behind Eric Garner was the guy who shot that video of the chokehold.
And that's why he said he's still scared. And then they went and interviewed her boss, right? Well, his boss. She didn't even want to be on camera. She just told him, just show my hands and stuff. America, do you understand? Now, white America don't get it because now the cops shoot white people too, because police have killed more white people than black people. But of course, if you want to manipulate the numbers, the percentages are higher with blacks. But the totality number is white people. But they don't have the same fears we have. Did you see that man in Oh, go ahead.
Just this morning. I was just telling you this morning about a white guy who was killed in a officer-involved shooting right there in L.A. But you don't hear anything about the cops in that one. Just like even in this video, the fact that the cop was white really shouldn't even enter the conversation. The fact that he's an asshole is how he should be described.
Now, he's an asshole. Why you got to be all that? He might be a nice family man. The cop, now here's another thing, right?
Don't make me throw something at you.
The cop, his wife or fiance or girlfriend or whatever is 8 months pregnant. So, me, I start going like, well, maybe, he must have, because, when your girl pregnant or whatever, he's probably like tired. He probably ain't had no sleep. He went to work. This brother, he pulled a brother over. What's the brother's name?
Walter Scott. But
now, this is the brother right here. In military uniform, Coast Guard. He was in the Coast Guard, serving his country. And this is the shit he came back to. What kind of shit is that?
You talking about the police officer's wife, 8 months pregnant. The man he shot had 4 children.
Had 4 of them. He had 4 children. He did, huh?
4 children.
Now, does that make any damn sense, America? All over child support payments. Now, how many white boys? Everybody got child support issues.
But he wasn't even wasn't shot for child support issues.
No, he
shot
pulled over because his tail light was
cut for a tail light.
For a tail light.
To kill somebody because they had a broken tail light. You
for
know,
a damn tail light.
and a lot of people, I was seeing a lot of comments because I got that from you now, looking at comments and stuff like, well, you
Because them
shouldn't.
comments to get you riled up.
Ooh, you shouldn't run from the police.
Okay, what they want first, they tell us don't come towards the police. You're going to get shot putting your hands up. You're going to get shot running. You're going to get shot. What else was they saying on them comments?
Laying down. You must have been a criminal for running and all this kind of stuff. Oh, don't.
But how can they
don't
not
break,
understand people?
Don't break the law. Come on. It was a tail light. Anybody? How many people get out when you get in your car?
That's how dumb they are.
And look at your tail light.
They so fucking dumb. But I'm going to tell you why they're really doing it. Oh, yeah, exactly.
But even the child support is driving me up the wall. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off, but
Cutting me off.
the child
Talk.
support, why the media even got to say anything about the child support?
Man, they talked about this man being arrested 30 years ago.
We running. He running because you have a history of killing black people.
Exactly.
When you stop them, you kill them. So yeah, you do your best to get out the way.
Hell yeah. White people, you don't fucking understand that? And maybe he was running because when a cop pull out something, you don't know if it's the taser or the gun. So when he shot the taser on him, maybe he thought that was a fucking gun. Maybe the pain from the taser made him say, hey, I need to turn and fucking run. How can you not fucking understand that?
That's bananas.
Okay? You seen the fucking wires hanging from the man? And then after the cop fucking shot him, right? This is some cold movie shit. He did some movie shit, man. He shot the brother. Bow, bow, bow. Fired his gun 8 fucking times.
8 times.
Then this was some cold shit right here. He turned to look to see if anybody was watching him. What kind of shit is that? So, you know, if you're a real cop, an honest cop, you're not going to turn, you're going to keep your eye on the suspect if you thought you was in threat. Okay?
Obviously.
Come on. Then while he was walking over, it looked like some movie shit. You ever see that movie with Richard Gere in it? When they was setting up people, it was the LAPD. That shit LAPD been doing forever, but they ain't stopped. Okay? America.
They just perfected it.
But then he didn't fucking stop there. He got on his fucking mic and said, suspect down. He tried to take my taser.
And then after he
Maybe he was
made the
trying to knock the
report-
taser out your damn hand you shooting at. If a cop shooting something at me, I don't know. I'm going to be swinging too. Watch when that video come out, the police dash video. And this going to be, they probably doctoring it right now to make it look like.
It's going to be edited. It's going to be edited if it ever comes out. But then after he calls it in, he goes over and handcuffs a dead body.
Handcuffed the fucking dead body. Then said,
And
we're going to
then-
get to his police
then
report.
Went back to the car and picked up the taser
Let's get to, huh?
and came back across
Not to the
field.
car, back to where they started at when he was firing. Picked up the taser, walked over. Now it's another cop there, a black cop at that, right? And he slowly tried to sneak.
and dropped the taser there.
You know how many times we've been saying cops shoot a black man and sprinkle crack on him, sprinkle drugs on him. It was fucking cold.
That's what he did.
Wait, you can't say shit. Even if this man attacked him, he was running. But even if he was in the right, even if he had the right to shoot him, let's say he was coming at him, why is he moving evidence?
At the very least.
This motherfucker picked the taser up and was fucking moving it.
It makes absolutely no sense. This is a 50-year-old family man.
A 50-year-old
And
man. This
and you
ain't
gonna go and
little
keep-
Trayvon Martin Young where y'all can say, oh, he wanted to live that thug life and shit.
I mean, and there's nothing, you know, the law is clear. It used to be, okay, yeah, to arrest him and the suspect's going to get away, you can shoot. But for more than 30 years before this man became a cop, the law has been that you can only shoot if the person is a threat to other people. There's nobody else there.
Yeah, a fleeing felon.
It's
Yes, you can't really.
it's got to be
changed
something
that.
that's going to be dangerous to somebody. The person's running and they got a gun. You know he don't have a gun because you holding it. He's over there. It was a traffic stop. And I know that traffic stops can go bad. I watch TV too. I know that they can go bad, but this was obvious. This is so
This was
obvious.
so fucked up. Okay, when the dash cam camera comes out, if it show them tussling, okay. And now I know exactly what white people are. You can't attack the police. Okay. Now if they say that, that's bullshit, because if they was scuffling and then he pulled his gun out and the dude was charging him like they said in the Mike Brown case and all that bullshit, you shoot him, okay. Now, this man is running. You shot a man in the fucking back 4 times. You could have shot him in his leg to slow him up.
They don't
shoot him in his kneecap.
Oh, you would have to have a measure of competence in order to do something like that.
They could have shot this man in his legs from getting away. You shot him 4 times in his chest region. What kind of shit is that? And then the media gonna start telling us, oh, he got arrested 30 years ago, but he had a clean criminal record other than little minor violations. You see his family, all good people, good church-going people and shit.
That should have never even been brought up. It wouldn't have been brought up for anybody else. It wouldn't have.
They always, and here's another thing. Okay, he picked the taser up, but here's what's fucked up. Because this man didn't know anybody was filming him. Because the guy who filmed it said he had the camera discreet, so you couldn't tell he was filming. And here's what's fucked up. I feel like crying even talking about this. This man was the only one there. It was like God put him. That's what the mama said. God put him there. Because if he wouldn't have been there and he just happened to be walking that way because that's the way he go to work, which he said he ain't going to go that way anymore. He don't trust the police, even though the story's out already. If he wouldn't have seen this, all we had to do, listen to me. All we had to do is go by the police report. Uh-oh. How many black people been shot? White ones too, white Americans too, because I don't think they shoot a white person and then tell the truth about it. They lie about that shit too.
Yep.
The police report, it's amazing how the police report, and this is the thing that sent him under the river. It don't even match anything about what we seen in the video.
Anything else.
And then here's what's fucked up. So his supervisors, and they got this thing they call SLED there, which oversees the police. Whenever there's a shooting, they investigate the police. So they came to investigate, and they might have still been in the process of investigating it before this video came out, right? Before the video came out, it was 4 days before anything was done. Now, I'm not saying they should have arrested the man because they believed his report. And
But
you got to
that's
give them a
bad.
little credit for that swift action. As soon as they seen that video, they kicked that motherfucker under the bus. They didn't roll him under the bus. They got on the bus and ran that motherfucker over. Blah, 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 blah.
Put it in reverse and got back to
Like, he
Now,
looks sad as motherfucker in that jail outfit.
He should. I hope they put
He don't
him
look
in
like
Gen
that.
Pop.
He don't look like that.
I hope they put him in Gen Pop and right next to Lacey Spears.
Oh, my God.
I know that don't happen, but still.
Oh, my God. And this man.
And y'all, we're talking about this now, and we're thankful. Think about how messed up our mentality has to be, that we're thankful that he's even being indicted. He
Now-
ain't been convicted,
Now, you know that he may still get off.
and he may still get
Like,
off.
you know what's fucked up? We see this man being shot, running away, but yet even white America know, and we sitting there going like, that motherfucker still might get off. That's fucked up.
He still might get off, and he may file a civil suit against the man who held the camera.
Like them 2 cops in L.A.
and-
shooting that autism dude we just talked about. What kind of shit is that?
and walk away a millionaire.
But you know what's even more fucked up, right? Now, I don't know. This is just from my perspective. Was that the first time you seen someone die on? Like,
No.
where are we coming from? I have never seen them shoot. I thought they was gonna cut it out and just show the cop. They showed the whole fucking thing on the news. They used to cut the part out when people. You seen people getting killed like that before?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
After Mike Brown, I wish I had thought, but because this one really shocked me. The man was mad about Mike Brown, and he was protesting. I remember he was like 28, 29 years old, and he went into a convenience store and took 2 Cokes, 2 sodas, and walked outside the convenience store and set the sodas on the ground. He just took them. He stole them. But his whole point was, so what you going to do about it now? I did it. It's a minor crime. I did it. They mine. And who's going to come up on me? And you see people walking down the street kind of laughing, and they stop to take a video like, yeah, he mad. Look at him, he mad. And the store owner calls the cops, which, somebody just came in and stole your stuff. Cops didn't ask no questions. They drove right up on the sidewalk, pulled out, and shot him right there dead.
Where was that at?
This was
Is that
in a town not far from.
Is that the little 12-year-old who just got shot?
No, this
with the play gun.
No, this
you heard about him too,
right? But this happened a few weeks after Mike Brown, and the police even said, you know what, they did it. I'm sorry, they wrong. They didn't say police. They didn't say put your hands down. They said that he had a knife, but you never saw a knife. He was just walking around. His arms out. You know how people got that bang on my chest. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's what he was doing, and they just drove up
because he was doing that
and killed him right there, dead on the sidewalk.
And white people will say, "Well, he should have been."
It was a fucking soda for a soda.
Tail light, Skittles.
Last week, matter of fact, last Thursday.
Tawana Brawley got killed over a bag of chips.
Saturday.
Man, fuck this. Sorry, no.
Just Saturday. Philip White in Vinland, New Jersey. Somebody took a video of this one also on their cell phone. Cops, they haven't even said what they were trying to arrest him for, but the man was laying on the ground. He wasn't fighting anything. He was laying on the ground, and they set the police dog on him. You can see the dog mauling his face.
Get out of here.
And the police is holding the dog's leash right there on his face and holding him doing, just let the police telling him to roll over. The dog got his face.
And just let it happen.
And the man died later. Somebody else had the video, and the police saw somebody's video, came over to him.
That's evidence. I'm going to have to confiscate that evidence.
Take your telephone. And he just happened to, I don't know if he didn't give it to him or if he had already, sent the video.
Emailed it.
He emailed
so it's on video.
So
but you know what?
Video.
Why that wasn't a big story.
But
why that 12-year-old being shot wasn't a big story. That woman being killed wasn't a big story.
And when you do see it, this one is only.
Y'all sorry.
This one is not a big story because it's a black guy. This is a big story because the cop was white. It's bad cops all over the place.
Okay.
That's why.
And you know what? I used to sit here because I used to have hope. My hope is.
Why?
You can tell.
Obama over there sitting next
now,
to you.
Let me say this about Obama right now. Let me
hope.
turn Clint Eastwood on. You know how Clint Eastwood talked to that chair. You in our studio now, Obama. I'm gonna talk to you right now. Let me say this to you, man. And don't take that personal. That sign right there. Don't take it personal, Obama, because we like you, but you don't have no backbone, brother. I don't care. He don't have no backbone. He was raised by a single woman.
What's he supposed to do?
He don't have no background. But here's what get me about Obama. All these young blacks being killed or whatever, and he'll sit there and say something, whatever. But when some little white kids get killed, he'll come in with that little cool white, like he got tears and emotion. He show emotion. Oh, I mean, you're a cool motherfucker, don't get me wrong. He showed that emotion. Oh, remember that one time when the little white kids got killed? He was like,
the school shooting.
He ain't showing any emotion other than saying, well, that looked like my son. I mean, come on, man. Get some backbone.
I can't let
you eat some neck bones to get a backbone.
I can't let you holler at the POTUS like that on this one.
I'm just saying.
It's one out of it does hit you differently. Think about it. How can you get mad? Because people will sit here and say Obama needs to do something about this. What can he do?
I'm not saying he needs to do something, but show the same emotion.
Well, how can he show more emotion about it than the people?
Show the same.
How can he show even the same or more emotion about something that their parents not showing emotion for? The media only puts it on there if
they showed his mom.
Cool. We're not fed up. We're not fed up. We're not mad. No, we have forgiveness in our hearts.
We've been they have trained us. I mean, conditioned us very well.
You only see it
every
if
time.
People have, I was mad, blah, blah. Even the
and this time, let me tell you something though. Let me say this. This time, usually the parents, well, because it's usually been up north or whatever in the cities or whatever, right? the parents would be all angry until Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson punk ass get there or whatever, right? Then they come out with that we forgive or whatever, right? These people started off with forgiveness. They good Christians.
They from the South. But
man, they start.
even being
they
from
made
the
me
South,
go back in time.
I know a lot of
I
people.
was like,
I know a lot
that shit
of
look like
people
my
in
grandma
the
in
South.
Alabama.
It's a lot of people in the South raised up right now. So it's like
Ain't gonna be no any riots.
but you're not gonna see no riots.
And, let me say this about the riots real quick, so you motherfuckers understand this. There have been hundreds of cop killings, right? Over 200 last year just in South Carolina. No one that got convicted, but there's been thousands. Let me make that thousands or whatever, right? In the last,
because it was 300 in LA last year.
okay, in the last 30, 40 years or whatever, right? Well, 30 years we'll say, right? There's only been 2 major riots. But they act like every time this happened, oh, they're going to burn their neighborhood. No, it's only been, let me tell you why there's been 2. Okay, break this shit down for you, Illa, like your boy 50 Cent say. It was in L.A. and St. Louis. And what do I always tell you about gangs? Y'all know how I feel about gangs. I don't like them motherfuckers. Fuck them. Doing all that shit. I always tell you, organized crime control the gangs. The gangs don't even know it's their shot collar being controlled, right? Everyone know the gangbangers in L.A. started that riot. They started fucking with motherfuckers. They heard the cops wasn't gonna be. They start that shit, right? The only other place there was a riot, wasn't no riots in New York, Chicago. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Was St. Louis, and everybody know in the '80s, a lot of them L.A. gangbangers moved to St. Louis for the drug trade. Same shot callers and shit there. So stop talking about we burn shit down. Was there a riot in Florida?
Should have been. When
Trayvon happened? No. Was there a riot 300 or 400 times in Florida? New York wasn't a riot. Don't get me started. Wasn't a riot here. Wasn't a riot. See what I'm saying? It's been 2. But yet, they still try to act like, you'll hear, one of my white coworkers will say, they're going to burn down. This is how dumb motherfuckers is. Go get.
They ain't going to, but they should. Maybe they're saying they should burn some stuff down, cause it don't make it makes me so angry. It does, and I know they have to stay angry, and you can't. It made me think about the Hernandez trial that's
going on.
Up. You know, it was.
And he shot a black man
several weeks ago. His mother.
They don't care.
His mother was on the stage. The mother of the victim was on the stage talking about her son, talking about what he had on. And she started crying, and the judge told her that she had to control her emotions. How the hell you tell a mama whose son been murdered?
Was Judge White?
Mm-hmm. That she got to control her emotions about her dead child. A parent's not supposed to bury their child, and she got to control her emotions,
especially over some bullshit. You can see like he caught a disease, got cancer when he was young, and you had time. But all of a sudden, you just all get that phone call in the middle of the night and your son is gone. Come on, you can't control that shit. And now you in the courtroom where they showing you all the photos. You seen they bringing your son back to life. You're going to have fucking emotion.
But she got to control hers.
Fuck them judges, motherfuckers. Y'all got too much power any fucking way. Y'all fucking up the justice system.
But that's what it reminds me of.
Talk to them.
There's something going on in the system where people are not even allowed to show the proper emotion that moves things.
Especially us.
Else. That's what I'm talking about, us as people.
That's right. But we could do it on this show because I get hyped.
Oh, I thought you was finna say you get high.
Now, look at this mom right here. You funny. I get high. This dude right here, folks. This is a dude in Tennessee, right? So all this cops shooting. Now, we getting shot over Skittles, cupcakes, child support payment, broken taillights. This motherfucker's walking around Tennessee with a fucking gun. Around schools, even the cops told him, right? I wish I had that video. The cops was telling this motherfucker that he need to check his gun to see if it's loaded. He says, my gun's not loaded. So the cops start walking, don't come close to me, sir, I'm scared. The white guy started saying that, right, that's holding the gun. He did not get killed. What are you doing? Oh, that's an AK-47.
Did he even get arrested?
Here's what happened. They took his permit. And you know why they took his permit? For some shit he said on YouTube. And what he said wasn't even serious either. He just said some shit like such and such happened to so and so because he's against Obama and all that administration. He's against you, brother. You better watch yourself. And all that bullshit. Oh, he said some bullshit on YouTube, and that's why they said it was a threat, and then that's when they finally took his gun permit. But up until then, he walking by schools, malls, with an AK-47.
Oh, just across his chest.
Now, what do you think, America, if a black man was walking down the street?
Well, apparently a black man can't walk down the street with a cell phone without getting shot.
Or a toy.
Or a
Or
child.
some Skittles.
Forget about a black man, a child
That's fucked up.
with a toy gun.
That's fucked up. And they
And he
throw
can
it in
do
our
that.
face. Remember that one motherfucker when Bush was the president? It was a white guy. He had a machine gun in front of the White House, standing out in front of the White House, right? The police came. He had his weapon. They did not even shoot him. They just kept commanding him, drop your weapon, sir, drop your. Now, if a black man was standing out in front of the White House when President Bush was the motherfucking president, do you know what would have fucking happened?
They just said, drop. They wouldn't have said drop you or anything.
Man, they wouldn't have said nothing. They would have just started. They wouldn't even got the car and shoot. They would have just started shooting from the side of their car, even before they pulling up. They'd have helicopters shooting at the brother.
He'd have failed. And after he failed, they say, your weapon. Drop.
There it is.
Your weapon.
And then we would have looked at the police report.
And he he would have taken one of the officers. He would have taken a pocket knife off of one of the Secret Service.
And that was so fucked up, man. This man even planted some fucking evidence. You a fucking lowlife, dude. That means he knew he was guilty and was wrong. So I believe, now I know this is hard to say, and maybe I shouldn't say this because I usually don't get too emotional about these things. Because matter of fact, I usually say, oh, he ain't gonna get convicted. And because I used to understand, I never understood why black people get so upset because they believe they got hope or whatever, right? But this is the first time I going, this motherfucker gonna get convicted. So now, if this motherfucker don't get convicted, because it wasn't he shot him. His police report was wrong. He said he gave CPR. He moved evidence. If this motherfucker don't go down, then and they may let him off just because. What if this motherfucker get off on a technicality?
He's gonna get off on a technicality. They're gonna say that they're gonna say that he didn't have any intent to kill. That you
He
can't
didn't.
prove intent. That is the magic fucking word. Intent.
Well, why'd he look around after he was shooting to see if somebody was watching?
Oh, he had intent of not getting caught afterwards, but you know what I'm saying?
And you know he must have lied to his lawyer because as soon as the video came out, his lawyer dropped him. He had to get a new lawyer. This motherfucker had to get a new lawyer. And then y'all want to be bringing up this brother right here, this Negro right here. What kind of stuff is that? They talking about Al, and that's the media's little trick, right? They know this has nothing to do with race in terms of other than the white cop and the black cop. But they'll start bringing in Jesse and Al to turn off white people.
Byron
to take the sympathy
Allen
card.
already told y'all. Byron Allen already told y'all all y'all got to give Al is $50,000 on a bucket of chicken. And he'll
Man,
say what
get
you
your chicken
want.
and gone, man. Get your
chicken
chicken and
and
get the
gone.
hell out of here, man.
He ain't even got to
Why the hell
have
did this
quality.
go off?
He ain't even got to have quality chicken. I don't know. Did you kick it?
I must have hit something,
Get
man.
some KFC.
But yeah, this man, he walking around with an AK-47. No news. Now, if a black man had a gun like that, do you really think that white reporter would be walking up trying to interview him by herself, getting that motherfucking close? Really, y'all? Really?
And yet, when it comes to things like that, when
And then they got
somebody
this motherfucking
get
looking
killed,
like.
But when it comes to stuff like that actually happen, who always does it?
Who always does what?
Who always commits murders like that?
These motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Look at her. She killed her kids, man.
She tortured her. She
Her
tortured
son.
her son. And you know what? I believe.
All for some attention.
You know, they were living. They had moved from
But
Florida.
yet Fox News want to bring up this shit. How you say his name? Mumia. Shit happened 30 years ago just to try to take deflect attention off of what happened in South Carolina. That's bullshit. and you got the nerves, Al, to go in there and interview with Bill O'Reilly and take jobs in the media for what they done. What the hell wrong with you, man? Them chemicals on your head going to your fucking brain. You need to stop pressing your hair. Not because I'm not saying it look bad, because you know that's your look. But them chemicals, remember, we used to tell our women that. We used to tell our women, watch that. Remember, that's why the J curls left. It wasn't just because you was leaving spots on your pillow. It was fucking up your brain.
It was.
It wasn't because you leaving spots on the couch. It was fucking up your brain.
Perms too.
Yes. And this man, you a political activist and you letting chemicals seep into your brain? Come on, man. You don't take a job in the media. I hate this.
He's not a political activist. He's a political embezzler.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
I like that.
That's just
I like that
what
right
he is.
there. That is awesome. You know, so I hate to get all, man. This shit
You
is
can't
just.
help but get mad. It's too much. You can't help but get mad at all of this kind of stuff. We gotta raise kids to live in the next generation of this. We gotta live long enough to raise the kids to live into the next generation of this.
And you know what pisses me off too about these police killings? They never have young black men as the pundits talking about these issues who kind of look like the ones who's being shot. They either women or older black men or these professional looking black people. They rarely have someone who could talk very well, speak very well. That's why you don't have me, because I don't speak very well, and that's okay. That's why I'm on YouTube or the internet. But I'm sharp. Trust me. They don't have people who look like the ones who's being shot when they're being interviewed to throw this balance in there.
Exactly, because they want America to believe that these people have done something to bring this on themselves. You can't have a dark-skinned young black man who speaks well, or matter of fact, forget the whole speak well thing. Because I don't have to be respectable to your opinion to be treated like
what
a
can
human
Stephen
being.
A. Smith say now? He always saying, well, you should dress a different way.
No,
you should do
you-
this. What
you
the
don't-
fuck you say now?
you don't have to be
fucking
that way.
monkey tear.
You know
What the hell you say now?
You have white kids putting those big gauges in their ears, big holes in their ears as big as these headphones. But they can get a corporate job because you have to look past that. That's just their generation.
Yeah.
So, but anybody else, my kids, my child has to.
They still get
pretend to
jobs
be
with tattoos
like
all over their arm. I don't see brothers other than a rapper or a NBA player with a gang of tattoos on their arm. But I'll go into a restaurant and see a white person with tattoos all on their head and shit. Be like, why has this motherfucker got a job? Not that I would hire him. I wouldn't discriminate. But what I'm saying, you don't see black men like that. We got to be. But this is America.
Just right. Gotta be
this
perfect.
is America.
Talking about something. Oh, I'm getting a sleeve tattooed. If you want a sleeve, buy a shirt. God dang.
This is America. This is a wonderful place. And you know what really gets me too? I'm telling you what they're doing.
I don't know, but you went so far. You went so far south. You just went to hell with that one.
I know. You know what they're doing? Because when they showed this, the first thing I thought is, man, they desensitizing people to black killings. They getting ready to. I keep telling y'all, and it's going to start in Southern Cal. Y'all think I'm playing. They desensitizing us because now we at that point now. After a while, it's just going to be like white people already turned off. Oh, another one? Okay. Now, we ain't there yet. So the next level is white people going to be like, they ain't going to even, it's this noise, white noise to them, whatever, right? And then we're going to be at that level. Well, some of us already there. Stephen A. Smith, Don Lemon, and punk-ass Charles Barkley. You know, the three monkey tears. Now they desensitizing people to blacks being killed. That man got murdered on TV. You said you seen that before. That was the first, because usually they cut away.
You know what?
They cut it away.
I said I saw it before, and I described the video I saw, but I did see that video on the internet, not on the news.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I knew I can go on the internet and see the complete video, but they were showing this man falling. They've never done that, ever. It's almost like we going back to that, well, let's just hang them. And people used to pay to go see people hung. Well, you know, gray people did that shit in the West. Mm-hmm. Man, what is wrong with y'all? And and before we get out of here, can I get that moniker? Can all you white people write the mainstream media and ask them why they made Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton famous, and then also ask them when they're gonna start the white on white crime moniker whenever like a white person killed, because there's a lot of white people killing a lot of white people. I mean,
Like
you got this fool.
For real, y'all in trouble.
I mean, this fool, and then they'll bring up black statistic crimes, and the fucked up part about it is, no matter how high the numbers get, 95.
It's still less than theirs.
Right. 95% of the crimes blacks commit is still against other blacks. So white people ain't got to worry about it. But yeah, you want to be scared. We should be scared. The hell wrong with y'all?
Shoot. Everything that you enjoy in your life that makes your life better. Air conditioning, refrigeration, elevators, traffic lights that make your life better. Medicine comes from a black inventor.
But they don't know that.
But you know what white folks invented? Guns,
racism,
cannons,
discrimination,
slavery. They didn't invent slavery, but they sure as hell took it to another level.
But not all of them bad. We don't want to.
I'm not.
She was a good one.
Who?
Dorothy was wonderful.
Because
she went to the Oz.
She made friends with a scarecrow and a lion, so she was diversified.
She was. And you? I like Obama. At least half of you.
No, don't do that. Don't say that.
It's a joke. I'm not a comedian, but I try to joke sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, stick to your day
My
job.
jokes is corny, though.
Yeah, stick to
but
your
I still
day
gonna
job.
do it, though. I'm still gonna bring them. I don't give a damn if they are corny.
Eventually, somebody will get them.
It's okay. Took people a long time to get Seinfeld.
I still don't get that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Seinfeld was funny as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't funny as like Sanford and Son or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like Steve Harvey, his show was pretty good too.
His show.
That high school show, that was pretty
his
good.
high school show is pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But
And
anyway,
he's great he's good on Family Feud, but just to stand and listen.
I
to
can't
him
watch him
in
now.
general,
I can't watch him now, man.
just to stand
He
and
giving
listen to him.
advice to women. Let me say this before we get out of here. This is a whole nother topic, and I'm gonna hit on it one day. But I'm gonna just say this to black women. I don't want to pick on
Always
y'all.
got something to say to black women.
Let me say this.
Go find you one first.
Why?
And then say something to black women.
I got one. She might not only come around once a week.
I was gonna say, does she know that?
That's some good stuff. I'm her side piece, huh? Now, I'm gonna say this. Why do y'all don't wait until your son, your nephew, your little cousin, because you especially, you got some dark chocolate little nephews. Don't wait to get involved for something to happen.
That's right.
Okay? I mean, especially black men too. But I'm talking to black women because a lot of times y'all been pushed to the forefront of the community. So, and if you got a good job or whatever, just don't turn your back on the community. No, shit ain't right. You can still go to work and work hard, but just know shit ain't right. Don't lie to yourself. I mean, and the only reason why I'm bringing y'all up is because how the hell y'all gonna listen to a woman who ain't never been married and have kids about being married and have kids? I mean, she got her own TV network now. But, women used to listen to her, right? And I know I'm off subject, but what I'm trying to say is, and the reason why I brought this up, what made me think of this is because Steve Harvey. And then you're going to turn around and listen to a fucking comedian about relationships.
A comedian that's been divorced.
A fucking comedian.
A comedian that's been divorced more than once.
And I can see if he being entertaining about it, but this motherfucker's serious. All right, folks, you got anything else to say this week? And that was a long-ass show.
I ain't got nothing else to say to you. I'm still mad at you for singling out black women, but that's all right.
I know, but I'm going to make that a segment every week. I'm going to start giving y'all advice, too. Maybe y'all should listen to me. I'll help you out. All right, folks, until next week, peace.